So I've done my normal face routine. I'm just concealing my eyes with MAC Pro Concealer in NW20 and just powdering it now with the banana powder from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So now I'm taking my newest Chanel Illusion d'Ombre eyeshadow, and I'm actually just going to be grabbing a bullet brush and just adding it to my lash line. So we're just packing this product onto our lash line. We're going to do it on both eyes. So even as many times as you want, you just keep dipping back into the product and then just adding it more and more. So we're adding it to our upper lash line, and we're also going to be adding it to our lower lash line, as you can see I'm doing here. So we're just adding it to our lower lash line. We're wanting to create a smoky effect. So once I've actually added in all the product to my upper and lower lash lines, I'm actually just going to grab an eyeshadow brush. Just your run-of-the-mill, everyday, probably small to medium eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to blend all this out. We're just smudging the cream shadow across the lid and spreading it out. So we're spreading it, basically, we're spreading it up into the onto the mobile lid. So now what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing my Chanel Precision Eye Definer in Noir, and I'm just lining my eyes. So we're just lining it. Don't need to be neat here because we will be smudging this out. Just literally just chuck it on. So I'm just going to grab the same eyeshadow brush that we smudged out the Chanel gel shadow, cream shadow, I should say, having one of those days. So yeah, just smudging that all out, blending everything together and just smudging it all out. Just wanting to intensify the black, so I'm just going to keep going in and adding as much liner as I think I need, and then we're just going to keep smudging that out to try and get the really smoky purple effect. So now I'm just adding the Precision Eyeliner to my waterline and tightline. So I'm now just grabbing a fluffy brush and just dipping it back into the Chanel shadow, and I'm literally just going to keep smudging this out. I want to get it as smoky as possible. So using a fluffy brush with a little bit of product is a good way to do this, and you just add a little bit more product as you go. So now I'm just adding the black liner to my lower lash line and just smudging that out, because we want everything to match. We want the top to match the bottom to match the top. No better way in doing this than doing both top and bottom. Now I'm just going to add a couple of coats of mascara, and then I'll move on to smoking it out some more. So now I've just grabbed my Illamasqua black gel liner, and I'm just lining my upper lash line. I'm doing probably, you could say, a medium thickness of a line, and I'm just lining my eye from the inner corner to the outer corner, and I'm just adding a slight little flick. I'm only adding a slight flick because we're actually going to be smudging this all out. I don't want any like defined line, so we're just going to be smudging it out so it won't even look like a flick by the time I'm finished with it. So I'm doing this eye first, and then I'll be doing my other eye. So now I'm adding the gel just on the outer corner of my lower lash line. Like I said, we're smoking this all out, so it doesn't have to be neat. So going back in with the same eyeshadow brush that I've been smudging everything else out with, we're just going to go in and we're smudging out all these lines. We want to get it smoky, we don't want any lines, it's all smudged out. So after all that smudging, I'm literally going back in with the same fluffy brush that we used before and the Chanel shadow, and I'm just deepening and darkening the purple, because when we added the black, it actually, with the opaqueness of the black, it actually drowned out a bit of the purple. So I'm just going through and re-adding some of that in. I'm also adding it to the bottom because I'm wanting to just intensify the purple, just because with adding the black it did die down a little bit. Just doing a tiny bit of cleanup with some concealer. And doing those windscreen wiper motions. Alright, so here's a quick peek. Now we're going with lip colour. This is a Model Co lip colour. Just to emphasize the vampy fall look that we're going for. So here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed and learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And I really hope you enjoyed my fall take on this look.